What's up, boys? Today we are going over a massive ladder push that I had with this deck, and this is a really good deck. I think it's a really good deck, and I think Carl did a video on it too, and he says it's the best deck out right now, and so I was like, oh, let me go push with it a little bit, see how good it really is. I think it's very good, so I'm gonna showcase some replays with it. Also, ignore ice. Let's jump into the video. Okay. So starting off, we do have a match versus Splashyard with Queen, which is super annoying, but he has the cage. Honestly, in my opinion, the cage is way worse than the tombstone, because the tombstone spawns itsy bitsy skeletons, and yeah, sure, it isn't nice to face because, you know, your Mega Minion and Skelly Drags and stuff, they all get distracted, and of course it's cheap. But the Goblin Brawler, you can't ignore the Goblin Brawler, just like you can't ignore the, or you can ignore the skeletons, you can't ignore the Goblin Brawler. And so we have a, iffy start to the game, but honestly, as you can see here, the Archer Queen is completely broken and she decimates my push. And it's not too big of a deal here because we got 900 damage, so it was really nice. I play the Valkyrie there because even if the Queen stealths, then the Valkyrie still hits her. So it's really nice. We just wrapped that up and we're up 900. And so honestly, I don't like using Valkyrie much there, but I know now he doesn't really have any cards to go in with Graveyard, so he wasn't going to go in with Graveyard, but like, he went in anyways, and I guess it doesn't matter. He did get a little bit of damage, because the Skeleton Dragons are idiots. But we decide not to go in here at all, because I feel like that would be a waste of a balloon. And against Graveyard, never go in with solo loons because they always tornado them. It's really annoying. And I hate getting King Tower activated because King Tower activations are really stupid and annoying to face because then you think your 1 HP loon gets to the tower and it doesn't because of the freaking King Tower. Anyways, what I like to do a lot here against Graveyard is go in with the Mega Minion because according to his Queen placements, you won't really be able to get much loon damage. Because he should be able to defend your balloons pretty easily as the NATO, the building, the Queen, the baby dragon, the splash as well. But here we go in because I want to get the majority. Lava's butt is better. Dude, that's so true though. Anyways, I was saying we're going to go in because we get major damage. And even if he tornadoes the King Tower there, that would mean the Skeleton Dragons would lock on. So either way, he takes a lot of damage and he doesn't activate King Tower, which is pretty huge. And so here we go in with the Mega Minion as early as possible to try and get the Valkyrie dead, because as soon as the Valkyrie's dead, the tower will help out on the Graveyard. And what's really good is that with the guards, variants of the guards are good against Graveyard, but these tombstones in the back are really important most of the time because what's going to happen is the Valkyrie isn't as efficient for taking the Graveyards out. So you're going to need some help from the little skeletons. And also, any tower help would be appreciated, because that means the skeletons don't start stacking up. Because it gets really bad really fast. I don't even go to target. There's not a target in my city, dude. Anyways, as you can see here, we're up big. So what I'm thinking is about defense. And we're not really worried about his baby dragons, really, because they'll be sucked up by our lava hound. I wish the lava hound was sucking me up, by the way. Anyways, he uses the poison on, I don't know what to call that. I would call that a defensive poison, because he's trying to kill the skeleton dragons, but it's also like on my side of the board, so I don't know. Anyways, the goal here is to just out-chip him by making sure we played a lot of defense first, and I've like reiterated that a bunch in my last couple videos. The decks are going to be really defensive based. You're kind of going to make sure the defense is the most important, because if you can successfully defend, you do have Lavaloon Fireball, you know, and so here we just Fireball Cycle, and that was really nice. Sweet meat, don't question what we say here, it's a little sus. Am I supreme racist? No. I don't hate the Hog Rider because of his ethnicity. I hate him because of his hammer. It's a difference. There's a big difference. There's a literal huge difference. I wanted to share this matchup because it's AIDS. It's literally HIV AIDS. He has 3 Musketeer pump, but it's like not normal Three Musketeer pump, it's with Hog Rider, and it gets really annoying because he has the zap spell, and that means that our tombstone really doesn't do anything. And the hog gets really tough when you have Valkyrie, I feel like, because the guards are, you know, they're meaty little pokey dudes, and they have the ability to restrict the hog to just getting one hit, I believe, if you place them early. And so here was a bad Valkyrie placement. I should have placed the Valkyrie on top of the knight in the guards, but I didn't know the guards were gonna just stay 6 feet away and fucking socially distance. And so they do take 2,000 damage, and it's really annoying. But here we do manage to get some damage on his tower, and I think it's about equal by the time this Lava Hound is done. Except we're lacking in the left lane, so it was a really... that was terrible. That was trash. I hated that. I really wanted that Mega Minion to stay alive to get some more hits down, but here I just wanted to test the waters, see if he had another air counter, because if he does, then, you know, whatever, we just make sure we take it out in our next lava push, and if he doesn't have an air counter, then we just take the tower. And so here we go up. You gotta watch out for the pump, though, and if he tries that Knight Guards play again, we will Valkyrie on top of it. 3M is some hot ass without E-Barb's Bandit. Kind of. I mean, kind of the problem with Three Musketeers is, like, the pump. They just pump in the back, and then it's like Bridgespam on steroids. And eventually they start out-cycling you, and you can't fireball the pump, because you have to fireball the Musketeers, and it just, damn it. So really, it's important against Three Muskies to try and get, like, positive elixir value and stuff. And so here we do get, I think, a nice meaty 2 loon hits. I always called the loon the lava, I don't know why. But here we're just focused on defending. That tombstone placement will pull a Hog Rider if he uses the hog early. And so here becomes part of the thing that's confusing for a lot of people. What lane do I fireball zap the Musketeer in? And so I went with the Valkyrie up here, actually, because it would take out the guards and the Three Musketeers. And so this is a little annoying because he does have the zap. And so we Mega Minion there. I wanted to hit the Knight, but I'm an idiot and I have fat fingers, so that wasn't going to help. And so here he does take my tower because Musketeer kind of busted, and also I was running a little low on elixir. I do not have a fetish for obese women. That's just false. Anyways, he outcycles me here. Not outcycles, he just baits me out there because I used the fireball earlier. And so here it becomes a match of trying to get good fireball value. And there is a beautiful fireball value. And so what we're going to try and do here is, now we know he doesn't have a big spell, or like he doesn't have other air counters. So what we can do is make sure we get a defensive card down, and then we can go in with our lava push. And so here I just did this because I wanted to fireballs up the Three Musketeers. If he didn't play those Three Musketeers, I was going to try and like Valkyrie in the bottom left corner, and then like lava in the back. That way I had some defense on the field so he couldn't punish me when I lavaed. But I just went with the Valkyrie balloon because I knew the only way he could stop it was with the Three Musketeers, and I head back to fireball zap. So he's kind of an incel there, but good win. Okay. We do have 2.6. I want to showcase this matchup because it's way harder with Valkyrie, I feel like. As I said earlier, the guards can one-hit the Valkyrie. The guards do a really good job against the Valkyrie, but that's not what I meant. I meant the guards do a really good job against the Hog Rider. And so it's annoying that I have the Valkyrie in there because there's no big DPS unit for his tombstone. For his Hog Rider, forgive me. I have mental issues. Anyways, I was thinking, big brain time, what if we just go in? Because he just uses fireballs, so we can get some quick value out of here. I know he's not going to be able to fireball them immediately, which is literally all that matters. Because he's going to try and get a bunch of fireball value, and in doing so, he's not going to be able to save his Musketeer, and he's also not even going to be able to kill both the Skeleton Dragons and the Loon at the same time. So we do take a tower. See with the stash, yes sir, we shave every Sunday. Shave every Sunday. I don't like it, to be honest, but it's faint right now, so faint ain't bad. If it's like thick, it looks dumb, but like faint, it's okay. We can tolerate it until next Sunday. Anyways, as you can see here, I do go in with the Valkyrie and the Tombstone because it does prevent the Hog Log push. Is it a 7 for 6? Yeah, but the goal here was to take as minimal damage as possible so that he still has to try and take this tower. Because I want him to overspend as much elixir on trying to take this tower as possible. That was the goal there. And so we go in lava in here. And I just kind of Mega Minion. Not really to defend, but just because I wanted to back up my lava push. And I knew that the longer the Mega Minion stayed back defending, the more time I'd have to build up a bigger push. And so we do go in with the Valkyrie here, because I wanted to predict his cannon. And so he doesn't go in with the cannon there. He goes in to try and kite it, and I'm just like, okay, we'll just fireball zap this, or I don't think we zapped, or yeah, we did zap, sorry. Fireball zap takes it out, and he used the Hog Rider on defense, like, why? Anyways, it doesn't matter, because fireballs, Hog Rider on defense, what are you doing? Like, now we just go in with another lava, because, like, Hog Rider on defense, what is wrong with you? Like, come on, dude. What's up, Zach? Let yourself grow a fat Pablo mustache? No. Not doing no Pablo mustache. Anyways, here, goal, take out the Musketeer. Make him either spend a fireball on it or lose his Musketeer. He doesn't spend a fireball, so he loses his Musketeer. Perfectly fine trade for us. Really, the whole goal is to just try and not let him stack Musketeers, because we can't kill it. And so here I'm just like, there's no way he kills this balloon before we take the tower or get really close to taking the tower. And those skeletons are also helping out. And we also had 2 towers on the Hog Rider, so it didn't really matter. And the Valkyrie takes there. Beautiful indeed. Have you ever kissed the opposite sex? I think you know the answer to that one. Anyways, so we go in with the Pekka matchup here. This is harder because of the Queen and the fact that we don't have guards. So we can't deal with this Pekka pushes as well. And so here I just go in with the Mega Minion to kind of deal with the Royal Ghost. And if he tries to split lane push, we just go with the Tombstone here. Maybe I should have waited a little bit on the Tombstone, but I didn't want to leak elixirs while I played it. He gets a good fireball value here, but then it's just, okay, he fireballed, so we can use Skeleton Dragons if we need to. I'm not too worried. And so here he goes with the Bandit, and I just say, okay, let's give up. Protests in the streets start organizations shoot every Queen user. I will not condone that, but I'm also not going to oppose that, so... Anyways, we go with the Lavaloon, and it's really annoying here, because I was like, okay, I'm ready to fireball his magic archer. Oh, wait, he is a Queen. So, annoying, but we do use the Valkyrie on offense, because I wanted to try and, kill the Queen, but he's back to an E-Wizard, and it's just really, really nasty here, and we go in with the Fireball, but it doesn't matter, because my push is already dead, and he just, he bandits. At least we got a bandit out of him. That was good, because now the Bandit is not a threat on offense, so I guess that's overall fine. But now we know he has Queen, so we gotta be more carefully. I'm a Queen user? Oh, well. I will, I don't know what to say about that, dude. I don't know what to say. I do not support your choice to use the Archer Queen. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, he kept fireballing there, and I was just like, okay, we can keep getting a lot of damage if he just fireballs our Tombstone like that. And I mean, I get why you would want to fireball the Tombstone, because that's my only swarm counter to his Pekka graveyard. I mean, Pekka Bridgespam. And so here he goes with the with that, and that's actually kind of smart. But I want to get that E-Wiz out of here, because I wanted to deal some damage, and I knew what was holding me back was that E-Wiz stun, and then we go with the Valkyrie also to push back the Pekka, and that's just like that, we take a tower. And I'm like, okay, let me plop a Tombstone down the middle, because I want him to use that again. Why don't you go in with the Fireball again, little buddy? So that way I can just build up another lava push, and if he wants to go in on offense, we could just use the Skelly Drags. And I was really predicting that he was going to go in there, but he didn't. And so that's really, really quite interesting. Because this just loses him the game. You know, you can't play defense, especially not when you just cycled your E-Wizard. Kind of crazy, but we do get a Valkyrie up in here to tank the E-Wizard, as well as to... I wanted to kill the Bandit faster than I did, but here we have a full HP Loon on his tower, which fireball zap, and we killed both of his units, and he's out of air counters, and it was just beautiful. Beautiful indeed. and we do place the tombstone there. So this is a very good deck. I recommend you use it. It's good on mid ladder. It's good on ladder. It's probably what I'm gonna use for a solid minute. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like and sub, and follow my OnlyFans.